Hello everyone. This part of the video is being filmed out of sequence only because I finished that spring fling last night and just woven the ends today. But I wanted to show you because I'm just about to box it up, and even though it'll be boxed up for about a month before I send it, I just want to show you. And instead of just showing you a picture of it, I'm going to show you the actual Afghan. It just came out of the dryer because I always wash my Afghans before I send them, because it just loosens up the fibers and makes them a lot softer. Even if you're working with a soft yarn, it just makes them softer. Okay, so this is a spring fling. It's for my mother for Mother's Day, and it's done in blue tones, although some of the blue will not show up as well because it's an ice blue, so it's a really light blue. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start with the corners first. So this is what it looks like with all these little roses on the edge. You can see. You know what? I'm just going to count these roses from corner to corner just so I know how many there are. Okay, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, looks like I have 61. So 61 times 4, that's how many of those roses I made. So that last row takes me about 3 to 4 hours to do. Anyhow, so this is what, let's see, this is what the side looks like. And I showed it to you before. But since the last video, I've done from like here all the way up. So these are little butterflies all the way around. They're kind of a pain, but I do them. Anyhow, here's a picture loaded of the whole thing. And now that I'm done with this, I sort of go into a funk when I'm done with a very, very big project. And I'm not sure exactly what my next project will be. I know I still want to make 3 more of these, possibly, but I'm in no hurry to make them. I won't be doing 3 at a time or anything. So I'm just not sure, but I think I'm gonna go work on some amigurumi for a little while. Hello everyone, it is Friday the 19th, and I have a lot to share, and I hope I don't forget anything, because some interesting things have been happening, and I still have not sent off that spring fling that I made for my mother, which I will send the first week of May. But right after I made that, I was like, I need to make some amigurumi. Must make amigurumi. So I have so many patterns that I have bought off of Etsy, and I just needed to make them. So I don't know how to pronounce this one person's name. She or he, I don't know. I don't know. I will put the name right here, and I will link the pattern below. But it is, and you might think, oh, you made this because it was close to Easter, but no, I just made them because they were cute. Here we go. 2 little chickadees. Now, the pattern picture shows this one in the eggshell, And this one already hatched with the eggshell on the head, but I thought it looked better the other way. So anyhow, so I have made those two. And that's the only amigurumi I have made. Then, you know, when I get done with a bunch of spring flings, and I've done 3 so far this year, I am left with a lot of yarn scraps that need busting. And so what I do is a lot of granny squares that have double strands so that I just bust through that yarn that much faster. So hold on just a second while I get the bag full. Okay, I should have had this already set up, but I didn't. I don't know how many are in this bag, and just because I've made the squares does not mean that I am ready to put them all into a blanket yet. I just will make squares continually until I'm ready to put them into a blanket. Also, some of the squares might not have a good color scheme for other squares, so you know, you kind of want to have a blanket where there's a sort of a scheme, color scheme that works. Anyhow, I know I have more than 50, but I don't know how many because I just fill up this bag. Ugh. Okay, this is a shopping bag. It's probably about 15 inches tall, and I've got granny squares coming out of the top. So yeah, so they look like this, and they're just all different colors. So I've got that. That's been my big project, but now I've kind of stash busted the leftover yarns. So I'll probably put that project aside for a while until I'm ready to get back to it. Then I had a $5 reward from Michaels. Seems like I always have a reward from Michaels, but I decided I would go and redeem that $5. So, you know, after working on the one for my mom, I was almost out of this one color. I had less than half a skein. So sorry for the rattling. It says loops and threads in sage. So it was buy one get one 50% off. So I got 2 of those. And I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with this yarn. I kind of want to make some amigurumi with it, but I don't have enough colors to really do that. I've only got 4 skeins of this now. And in fact, when I went, they only had 4 skeins total, and each one was a different color. So, and my friend in Florida, hi Mary, she couldn't find it at her local Michaels. So it's just loops and threads in this skinny chenille. Can you read that? There we go. So I got 1 white and 1 yellow. And both of these will go with the 2 skeins that I bought previously, which were the toucan colorway. So I kind of wish I just bought every skein they had. Maybe next time I will, but there's a broader selection if you order online. Anyhow, okay, so that was Michael's. Then I think I talked about this in a video like towards the beginning of the year, because on my Australian finger lime outside, I found a caterpillar, and it was one of the terms for it is orange dog, and I think I said yellow dog, but it's orange dog. And I brought it inside with some branches and put it in a little container with holes in the top, And Mary in Florida told me they're very slow and they just take their time doing whatever they're going to do. So anyhow, it put itself into a chrysalis, and I put the whole container inside my china cabinet so it would not be disturbed whatsoever. And then I waited and I waited and I waited, and I kind of thought this thing might be not going to hatch. And I'll tell you, part of the reason why I thought that was because as soon as I had cut it some branches, I went out and sprayed everything with some neem oil, which kills spider mites. And then I thought, oh, that was really stupid because I'm going to have to refresh this caterpillar's food. And now it's been sprayed. So I cut some branches, more branches off, and rinsed them off really, really good and put them in his container. This wasn't right away. This was like maybe about a week after I had got him. And he just kind of turned his nose up at it. Well, he turned his nose up at it because he was kind of done eating at that point. And that's when he made his chrysalis, and I thought, yeah, I probably poisoned him. And then a week ago, one of my cats, my little female, was looking at the china cabinet and meowing. I mean, like she was really fascinated by the china cabinet. And I thought, oh my goodness, I bet that thing is hatched. And indeed, it had hatched. And I'm going to show you some pictures of it. I didn't discover it until the evening, so I didn't want to just let it go, but I did put it outside onto a flower, and that's where it stayed all night. Anyways, this is what I first saw in the container. And then I peeled back the plastic covering so I could get a better look at it. It is a Great Western swallowtail. And so then I put it out on a rose, one of my little mini roses, all night, and it just stayed there all night. And believe it or not, I could not sleep hardly at all that night because I was, what's going on with that butterfly? Is it okay? You know, I got up at 7:30 in the morning after about 2 hours of sleep and went out to check on it. It was still on the same flower, but now it had spread its wings. And I know it was just waiting for the sun to come up and warm its body. And so this is a picture of it on the flower, on the rose before the sun came up. And this is a picture of it on the rose after the sun came up, and you can see there's kind of a little transparency because the color of the rose is seeping through the wings, but he is really a very, very dark brown and yellow. And where was it going with this? Oh, I know. So I kept watching, waiting for him to take off, but it wasn't like I was going to sit there and just watch for hours. But I think around 10 o'clock in the morning he took off. So that was my little butterfly adventure, and now I'm going to get a proper critter cage for in case it ever happens again. Anyhow, okay, so that's the butterfly thing. Then I've got another video that's going to come out one of these days on these little mini roses that I've been buying. And but last summer, through Michael's, I purchased a greenhouse. And it's just a little greenhouse. You can walk inside it. It's about maybe 2 feet deep, a little more than 2 feet deep. It's, I think, 74 inches tall. Wait a minute, let's see. I have paper here, right here. It is 56 inches wide, 28 inches deep, and 76 inches tall, almost 77. So it's pretty tall. And these were the instructions for putting it together. That was it. And I think I put it off putting it together because I'm never confident about building things and reading instructions and all that stuff. But I just finally said, okay, I've got to have this greenhouse set up because I accidentally, think ruined some of my little roses. That's another long story. I bought 3 more little pots full tonight to replace those that I think I killed. And they would not have had that problem had they been in the greenhouse and protected. But anyhow, so I put it together. I couldn't put the whole thing together inside because then I couldn't have gotten it out the door. But I put together the 2 side units with the shelving, and then I put together the rest outside. And yeah, so it's got a cover. I know I won't be using the greenhouse all year long because during the summer it just gets wicked hot here, and yeah, it's just, it won't be appropriate to use it during the summer. So the cover will come off and that will get stored, and I might use the shelves still for something, but it won't be covered because, I mean, sometimes it gets over 110 here, so you know, I don't want to be frying my plants. So anyhow, the greenhouse is set up, and that's kind of like where I'm at right now with my latest news. So I hope you all have had a great April so far, and to my Jewish friends, I hope you have a wonderful Passover, which is coming. And for everybody else, have a great rest of the month. I hope I do another video before the end of the month, but you never know. Anyhow, love you all and take care. Bye-bye.